Back on Morning Line, veterinarian Allison Fields with us, taking your phone call, 737-7587. Give us a shot. We've got some lines open, actually, Allison, but we had a bunch of people that waited through the break.
Yay.
So we'll go next to Carol. Hi, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Hey, my wife passed away a month or so ago, and my dog won't eat too much.
Well, I am so sorry for your loss. And it is normal that dogs will mourn the loss of an owner. And if he's eating some, this is good. It may take another couple of weeks, another month before he kind of gets back to normal. And I'm so sorry. That's really hard. And, you know, it's hard for them because they don't understand what happened. You know, but I think that eventually he'll get back to eating normally, and if not, then you need to take him in to see your vet. But hopefully we'll get better.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Carol, about that. Is it true, like with the last caller? I mean, if it's just not coming around, and I know that you want to stick to the proper diet for the dogs, but could he try something that the dog hasn't eaten before, like eggs or something as a little treat? Okay, so as long as he's eating, we're
going to leave him.
Stay with what they're eating.
Because the problem is,
he's not eating as much.
If you didn't eat your dinner, or it's children. When Huey was little, if he didn't eat his dinner, did you give him ice cream?
No.
Right, because what would happen if you did?
Yeah,
then every night, he's always going to want his ice cream.
Yep.
Right, so it's the same thing with dogs. They're very smart. So if they don't eat their dinner, and then you're like, oh, I feel so bad, he didn't eat his dinner, here, have some chicken, and
they realize.
And then the next night they're like, I'm not going to sit here, and they're going to give me something good.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, and then you have to get them off of that. So I mean, like the woman who called, who's feeding her dog chicken and ham and stuff like that. It's going to be hard to get that dog onto dog food.
Right.
I mean, who wants to eat a salad when you can eat ice cream?
You're right. Right.
So I think that this dog is mourning his owner, and that's normal. And as long as we are eating, I think that's okay. Good. And hopefully we'll get back to normal.
Okay, let's go to Kay. Hi, Kay.
Hi.
Hey, how can we help you?
Yes, I have a dog and I let it go outside, and when he does, he eats rocks and dirt. He had to have surgery one time to clean him out.
Yeah. There are some dogs who will eat rocks and dirt because their body feels like they're missing some kind of mineral. So you might want to talk to your vet about what food you're feeding and if a change needs to be made there. There are some dogs that eat rocks and dirt just because. It's called pica, P-I-C-A. It's kind of like one of those really wacky TLC shows that you never want to be a part of. Why I ate my small child for breakfast, you know.
Pica, though. What's pica?
It is the eating of...
That's what it's called, the condition.
Yeah, pica. Pregnant women will eat dirt or weird things, but especially in underdeveloped countries. Their body is craving the minerals because they need it for their baby, and they will eat dirt.
Do they actually get anything out of that dirt? They do. For real, it could help.
Yeah, there's iron in dirt. There's lots of stuff in dirt. So anyway, pica is a real thing. People get it. Dogs get it. Cats get it. But there's usually not a whole lot you can do about it other than to get a yard that doesn't have any rocks.
Yeah, that's the tough thing. I guess just monitor it. Does she literally eat every time she goes out? She goes right for the rock garden and starts eating stuff?
Yeah, just about.
Huh.
Yeah, I've had some people that have mixed up a spray. Well, and if the rocks are new by any chance, like if you had them put in, a lot of times they are treated and coated with stuff to kind of clean them, and it tastes salty, and the dogs like the taste of it. So rinsing them really well can work. But I've also had people mix up like a big spray bottle of cayenne pepper and water and spray like once a week or after every time it rains, and eventually the dog was like, this is not good, but you have to be consistent with it. If you do it once and then it rains and it rinses off, then but several times they get the picture. So that's an option.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And the cayenne pepper also is not going to hurt your plants, so that's one way to get it, and it's not going to wean them off it with the pepper. Good call. All right, let's go to Laura. Hi, Laura.
Good morning to the both of you.
Good morning.
My call is, first of all, I am a big rescue advocate. I believe everybody should do it. The other question I have is for the veterinarian. I have a Great Pyrenees lab mix, and he has constantly got ear issues. What is the best thing to do to help him so I don't have to go to the vet every time he has a flare-up?
Well, I think that keeping those ears clean, how often do you clean those ears?
I try to do it about once a week, but I don't know what the best rinse or cleanser would be for him.
Okay, so I haven't obviously seen your dog's ears, and I don't know if there's some underlying problem, but a really good basic ear cleaner is 1/3 white vinegar, 1/3 rubbing alcohol, and 1/3 hydrogen peroxide. And then I don't pour that in ears because personally I feel like that would be really uncomfortable, and so I don't do it to them, but I get a piece of gauze and put about a $50 size amount on there. Put that, especially with a dog that size, put that gauze on your finger, put your finger down in that ear, and your finger can't go far enough to hurt anything. And then clean that ear out with that mixture. It's a great it's pseudo antibacterial, antifungal, and dries out the ear. But it's a great cleaner to use in between baths once weekly. For a dog who has chronic ear problems, I typically recommend that twice a week. I would not use it if you are using ear medications. Just use your medications as directed, and then once you're done with that, you can go back to your cleaner.
Interesting.
But it
Vinegar,
works well.
Alcohol, peroxide, little equal level of each.
Yeah, and it's not for every single problem, and you may go to the doctor and they say, hey, I need you to use this ear cleaner because it is either stronger or has different ingredients. But this is a great, just everybody kind of ear wash after a bath, after it rains, when the ears get wet, and to keep off infections. It's not going to treat an infection.
Okay, along the same lines that, I've got a couple pugs, and Rocky's very wrinkly in his face, and I'll notice.
So he gets the nasal fold dermatitis.
I don't know, it's not really in the nose, but you can even smell it. It's like, it's in the fold here, and then what I'll do is I'll get, some warm water and something clean to clean it, and it's a little dirty when it comes out because then stuff gets in there too, and I clean it, and then there's no scent or anything, and there's no infection, but it definitely, he'll run up to the couch and rub his face. Could I use this on that, or what would you do for that?
I would do just hydrogen peroxide, and what I have people do is put a little hydrogen peroxide in a dish and take a Q-tip, roll it in the hydrogen peroxide, and then run that Q-tip through. Yeah,
it's kind of just, it's just above his nose here.
It's a nasal fold.
Yeah, right above, and it just gets dirty, and it's, so just run it through there, and what, once or twice a week, just with peroxide?
I would do the washcloth like you or whatever you have been doing, and then just run some peroxide through there, and then wipe again.
Okay, and you'll have to do that every couple times a week or something. Okay, let's go next to Judy. Hi, Judy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have a 20-year-old cat, and she's doing pretty well. She has kidney disease. I guess as you get older, you just get that.
Get away from it.
I have a prescription card, so I buy her Royal Canin, the dry and the wet, and the Hill Science Diet, the dry and the wet. She tends to eat the dry food, but I know the vet said that she's better off to eat the wet, but she doesn't like the wet food. So can you suggest a diet that I can make myself? Something, I don't know if it's bad for her to have chicken or what, but just a diet that I can make for her myself.
To be completely honest, a kidney diet for a cat is one of the more complicated diets to make, and I would strongly suggest sticking with what you have.
Okay.
The whole goal is to be low in protein, but then there's all these minerals and nutrients and excuse me, it is more time consuming, and I would stick with what you have. And it's okay. Yes, ideally we say we would like these animals to eat the canned food. However, the dry food is better than over-the-counter canned food. And I think that's fine. Do you know that the Royal Canin has 2 or maybe 3 different flavors of the can and 2 flavors of the dry for kidney disease?
I'm not sure. When I go, I stand there and I try to pick through them. I probably have tried all of them.
Okay. I just didn't know if you were aware of that. But they, you know, that can do it. But I truly would just keep her on the kidney dry food. As opposed to trying to make something. And you can talk to your vet. I mean, literally, it's not something I can just tell you. I need to get the nutrition book out, and there's like a cajillion ingredients and all of this stuff. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I see. If I give her some chicken infrequently, is that a bad thing?
It's not bad because she's your cat and you love her and you want to give her a treat. It is bad because the whole point of the kidney diets is low protein.
Yeah.
And chicken is basically protein.
I see.
So,
okay. All right. I'm like the other caller. I'm wanting to give them something that they want. But
so here's the one thing that we can kind of compromise on. You could, if you like chicken salad or tuna salad, and if you don't, maybe you could start making it for the neighbors. But you can pour the water off of the chicken or the tuna and let them lick that. That has very little protein in it because it's not, but it still tastes great.
The tuna, I bet they love that.
Yeah, so
not oil, packed in spring water.
Spring water,
okay.
Yeah. Maybe you need to start making chicken salad and tuna salad on the daily in your house.
Okay. I'm okay with giving her the broth off of the chicken after, and I don't put salt in my chicken. So
yeah, so you know, you can do that. I just, it's hard. We want to give them stuff that's so yummy, but yet when we're doing it, we're kind of totally negating the diet that we should be feeding. And I understand. I've been there.
Hey, Judy, have you had the cat all 20 years or did
Yes, sir.
Wow, how about that? That's impressive.
That's
you are
awesome.
a good pet owner. 20 years. Think about 2 decades with that cat, and hope she plugs along. That's very nice. Listen, let's take a break. When we come back, more calls. Sheila, Sandra, and others, if you're on hold, stay there. We'll get to you in our final segment with Allison right after this.
Your